Hello, my wonderful people. Welcome back to my platform. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your location. If it is your first time of stopping by and you like what I do here, after watching, please subscribe, put on your notification bell, set it to all, so that you will be able to know when I upload a new video. In this platform, I upload videos on daily basis based on what is happening. So you don't need to bother yourself to on your television or to go and buy newspaper. All you need to do is just bring out your phone, tune into Linda's TV show. You will get the information of what is happening in the whole world, especially in Nigeria and in Biafran land. To my old subscribers, I appreciate your massive support. Ụmụnne njem ọnụ ekene m ọnụ esanachi ịbụọnachi gonye na-ene n'ihe onyonyo aka Chukwu okike bi n'igwe gọzie unu. So my dear people, today I am going to present another two important videos for you people to watch. And this video is meant for those who are criticizing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who have not known why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for what he is fighting. Sometimes I heard a lot of people saying, what is he fighting for? Why is he fighting? He is just causing commotion. He doesn't know anything. Does he have anything? If they say Biafran should go now, do you people have anything? Do you have any road? Do you have this? Do you have that? So I am going to play an interview, a very important interview. Most of you might have watched or listened to this interview. You know, when this interview was conducted, a lot of people have not really known Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He have not gotten much followers as he has today. So this is the essence of bringing these videos for you to know whom you are following. You know, a lot of you do not know him very well. That is why people always change. Because if you do not know the person that you are following, when they say something about the person, you will change. But if you truly know the person you are following, you know what the person is doing, you know what the person is capable of doing, then you should be able to defend the person. That is what is called good friend and good follower. People who can defend you when you are not there and somebody says something bad or negative about you, the person will say, no, this person you are talking about like this, I know him very well, I know her very well, I can stand for her. So this is why I am presenting this video. Even when this interview was conducted, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself, I think, did not believe that this agitation would get to this place. They asked him, why are you fighting? Why don't you want to stop this? This your agitation is becoming something else, and you will listen and hear what he said. The other video that you are going to watch after this video, I'm just taking my time to analyze the videos you are going to watch now, because some people will come and tell you old video, but it relates to what is happening. Because up to this moment, a lot of people have not believed or realized or understand the cause of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's agitation. This is why I am bringing this video. Remember, I always say this in all my videos, that to solve a problem, you need to start by solving the root cause of that problem. Assuming the Nigerian government listened to this young man when he started newly, at least call his attention. You know, in Nigeria, the problem Nigeria have is that they don't value anybody. They don't give you your respect. They don't listen to people. Assuming they listened to him when he started, this problem wouldn't have escalated like this. He started with restructuring, but nobody listened to him. Even when some prophets advised Nigerian government, but they didn't. Until now, the thing have gotten out of hand. It's at the point of no return. So the second video you are going to watch is a white man, although the video is not also recent, explaining all about Biafra. As I'm going to play the video for you to watch, after watching, please, your opinion, your contribution, or whatever you think is needed. Until I come your way again in my next video, please share this video after watching. If it is your first time of stopping by and you like what I do in this platform, after watching, please subscribe and share. Put on your notification bell to all. It will enable you to know when I upload a new video. Remain blessed.
Are you still fighting the struggle to have independence for Biafra? We are fighting for independence, not fighting physically with guns and bullets. We are fighting in terms of our agitation. We are fighting in terms of our belief. We're fighting in terms of our consistency to ensure that we are free, because we're not free. As a free people, we can afford to make life better for our people. Right now, we can't do that because of how Nigeria is structured and because of the very flawed foundations upon which Nigeria rests.
You called for a referendum latest this year, November, you said, I think. Yes. If that doesn't happen, what's the way forward? Because the way it looks like the government will definitely not agree to that.
Then there'll be no elections in Biafra land. No more elections here. They can put whoever they like in office. They can do whatever they like with their political positions. We will not engage in any political process.
You said it's a peaceful struggle, but
yes.
There are some videos of you appearing in the past, especially abroad, in particular in one conference in the US, where you said you need weapons to defend yourself, you need guns and ammunition. How can we understand that in the context that you're saying it's a peaceful struggle?
I'm sure you've heard about the Fulani headsmen killing people all over the place. Have you heard about it?
Of course.
Exactly. So how do you intend to defend yourself against Fulani headsmen without guns and bullets? They've been killing our people, raping our women, destroying crops in the farms, and no one does anything about it. Is that how human beings are supposed to live?
So, and you have the right to arm yourself and defend yourself with arms in that context?
Self-defense is recognized even by all the known laws of the UN. Is that not correct? We have the right. If somebody were to barge into this very interview now wielding a machete or an AK-47, are you suggesting we should let them get away with it?
You were detained for almost 2 years, from 2015 on, and actually there was no trial. No trial ever happened, and despite several court rulings that said you were supposed to be released, you were not released.
Yes.
Do you think you were treated in a fair way by the government? Or rather also by the justice system?
No, not fairly, because Nigeria is not a civilized country. People behave like animals. They are not reasonable enough. They're not disciplined enough. They are not mentally developed enough to run a transparent civil society. For them, they have a feudal mindset where you have the ruling class and, a multitude of poverty-stricken people who never utters any word in rebellion or to even ask questions about their plight. That is one thing we are determined to challenge.
Don't you think you insult a lot of Nigerians with that?
I'm being very kind, to be honest. I could have used far more harsher words to describe them. I'm being very kind.
So generally you don't think very positive of your countrymen then, obviously?
They are not... When you say positive, no, as individuals, perhaps there are a few good people amongst them. But as a collective, this is an absolute mess. And you can see for yourself. Didn't you go through the roads and see how horrible they are? Didn't you see how unkempt everywhere is? How filthy and dirty everywhere is? That is the product of a Nigerian system that is uniquely backwards, even by the very third world standards of Black Africa. That's the fact, and people must face up to it.
Well, I traveled in the north quite extensively, and I went to very remote areas sometimes where you would still find Igbo people living there, peaceful together with communities in the north. Don't you sometimes think that you might endanger their peaceful coexistence with the communities there, that they might get into trouble with that?
So if they're living so peacefully together, or cohabiting so peacefully as you put it, how come you hear about all those uprisings in the north where southern Christians are being slaughtered and nothing gets done about it? Are you telling me that that is normal? People are in the north out of a dire need, necessity more or less, to try and survive. Because here, the entire production process has been emasculated by people and policies that are geared towards ensuring that our people exist in perpetual state of poverty. And that is unacceptable to us. What we're asking the world to recognize is that we want to live in peace, not in pieces. We want to live in peace, just to allow us to be. Allow Biafra to exist. We were existing before the British came. Just allow us to go back to, what we were before. No African came to Europe to create countries. So for somebody to just come in here and say, you, from today your name is Nigeria, is simply laughable.
Florida, in a swamp. Closest town was 30 miles away. The first thing that happened in the world that brought to bear to me that maybe things weren't always right, maybe things weren't always good, wasn't the Vietnam War. Because I was in the South. It was correct and just, and we were the warriors. It was the Biafra War. And I remember very distinctly thinking, this just isn't right. This isn't right. This is a great people. It is a great nation. There was a country. And then later when I learned, something most people don't know, that there is a plausible argument that democracy began in Igbo land. The very first written constitution on this planet was written by the Igbo people. The very first democracy that involved self-governance, that worked for everybody, not just the Greek wealthy, but everybody, was in Igbo land. And the very first democracy that permitted women leaders was in Igbo land. The West, Europe, we were still in the Dark Ages. And yet the Igbo had figured out a way to have a just and meaningful government and a just and meaningful society and due process and fairness. And to this day, you see a great many Igbo leaders that are women. So it is my honor to have been able to work with the Igbo community. We are contemplating preparing an appeal to the United States Supreme Court related to the senseless slaughter and what we believe to be the genocide of the Igbo people. To bring this full circle, that has been going on since 2016, overseen by the APC. It's not ironic, it's not a coincidence, that the only APC governor in Igbo land is the one the Supreme Court just forced upon them. Not ironic, not a coincidence. Nigeria has just been placed with a visa ban, as everyone knows. That's not the United States picking on Nigeria. That is the United States seeing Nigeria, the Nigeria that exists now. Not the historic Nigeria, not the hopes of 1960, not the hopes of Iransi, not the hopes of the three founders, not the hopes back to the 900s. That's what Nigeria has become. And unless it gets better, it of course is going to get worse. It cannot get better unless the judiciary can be a bulwark against the corruption, against the senseless slaughter, the genocide, the tribal hatred, the regional issues of one part of the country gets to have the oil, one part of the country gets to grow the food, the other part of the country gets to have the finance and the business, and then the rest of the country gets to have the guns and the power and tells the rest of the country what to do, or else they will perish. That's just the start. And the visa ban is just a start. If you read President Trump's words, compared to them what he said about the other nations, it was as harsh or harsher than any other nation. He did not write this, or this wasn't written as though it were addressed to a strategic and historic ally. He was tougher on Nigeria in some regards than he was on the Sudan. And Sudan, who has been on the terrorist list for a long time, rightly or wrongly, that's where Osama bin Laden lived. That's where Al-Qaeda was born and nourished and nurtured. And yet, if you look at the visa ban for people from the Sudan, it is hopeful. You can get off of this. In Nigeria, it is far more stern. So the people of Nigeria need to understand this. And the Supreme Court needs to understand. They have an opportunity to correct a wrong. And it is a wrong that is so blatant and so apparent that it is almost the stuff of comedy. But it's gravely serious. It is very, very serious. That's really all that I think we have. We would probably like to open the floor to some questions. We have a handheld microphone if anyone would like to answer.
My wonderful people, thank you so much for watching this video together with me. I appreciate your massive support in this channel. Before, if it is your first time of stopping by or coming across my YouTube channel, you are welcome. Now that we have finished watching this video together, you saw me sitting there watching it together with you. I appreciate you. Let's go to the comment section to talk about it. If it is your first time, subscribe, put on your notification bell. That notification bell is very, very important.